Yo, what up? I'm Krat. This is Magic Rising. It's the final session. It's the finale. Either you win and live, or lose and die, or maybe you win and die. I don't know. We'll see what
Maybe
happens.
lose and live.
I might just kill everybody with rocks. But this is my wonderful cast. Dio, Albatross, Illyria, and Rem. What up, guys?
What's
Uh,
good?
I've been gone for a week and apparently all the cool things happened meanwhile.
All the cool things happened. There was lots of combat where you would have been really useful.
Yeah.
I shined though. I got to shine though, and I'm happy.
Yeah, she did stuff. It was pretty awesome, actually.
You couldn't have done a filler episode, could you?
No.
This isn't Dragon Ball Z. There is no such thing as a filler episode.
Yeah, we weren't gonna have the episode where everyone goes around trying to bake a cake, which actually happened in.
Oh my god.
That
Do we have to
happened
go get a
in
driving license?
Bleach. It happened in Bleach. Anyway, so you spend the night at the Order of Magi dormitory.
Mhm.
And just to recap, you had just defeated the group of Chaotes that was manning the factory for Mortimer. You've cut off his supply of reinforcements. He can't create more magic users because he can't create those artifacts. And Julian was doing a ritual to divine the location of Mortimer's actual, like, where he is.
Yeah, and I think we investigated most of those, and we narrowed it down to one. Like there were
Right.
like 5 different locations.
That's
We
correct.
went to first 3 were like empty, and then we fought those guys, and then there's just one left.
That's correct. So you wake up in the Order of Magi dormitories.
Okay. I get out of
By
bed.
the way,
walk
am I coming in late?
No, you're here.
Okay.
It's magic
Ah, I see.
and coincidence.
Hey, good to have you back, Dio.
What up? I had some things to take care of last week. What did you guys do? Or yesterday, sorry. What did you guys do? Anything exciting? I hope not.
No, nothing exciting. Nothing you would have been like enjoyed or anything. at
Oh,
all.
cool.
Yeah, for our sakes, we'll say no. Nothing exciting.
We just went for a subway ride. That's
Okay.
all.
So what did you guys find out?
We found Mortimer's factory, disabled his whole production line, killed like 3 people.
And that's not fucking exciting, is it?
No, it's not. She kind of ruined it, but
I gotta. It's Dio. Okay. So, you want to go out in the main hall, plan stuff out?
Sure, you guys lead the way today.
Alright. Look out in the hallway. Hopefully everyone's in tow. And just go to the main hall and pull out the map.
Alright, yeah, you go to the main hall and you pull out the map, which, once again, is still your map of New York City. You've been to 4 of the green mark locations, and the one in the northwest is the one that you have not yet visited.
Yeah, the one in the foundry, next to the foundry, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct, yeah. I think it was like a meatpacking district or something.
And how fitting that it's next to an area called Mortier.
Look at that.
I guess you could say it's another
Unbelievable.
coincidence.
Totally. So you're investing in this map. It strikes you as funny that Julian has not greeted you yet.
Hmm.
Well, maybe he's busy disposing of those chaos. He did say he had plans for them.
You know, when these people say they have plans, don't trust that they're gonna be good things.
No, he basically pretty much explicitly told us he was going to mangle them and kill them.
Okay, so no demonic meat puppets.
Man, I hope not. I mean, they were pretty beat up anyway.
I mean, the one guy didn't even have a tongue. That's all I'm gonna say.
The other chick got skinned alive, so.
Yeah, alright. Sounds like a party. What the fuck did I miss?
Mm-hmm.
So where do we go from here? Is it we have to go kill Mortimer?
That's the idea, not the. I wouldn't call it a plan, though. I just call it an idea.
It's the broad strokes of a plan.
You're right. Yes, it's the end game. Yeah.
All right. So, what do we know that we can do to this Mortimer, like to kill him? Like, what do we need to do right now to kill him?
Well, you remember Henry's whole thing about the nukes and the matches and stuff like that? Basically, we have to give him one like serious wound, 2 surface wounds, and then
we have to kill him a lot.
Sorry. Yes, we have to kill him a lot. We have to pretty much first hurt him a lot, but not really a lot. Then we have to hurt him a little bit twice. Then we have to hurt him so that he dies, and then we have to hurt him.
Got it.
But that's the whole, like, it's very specific. This process is very specific in that order.
No, the order is it's from the top down, so you have to like destroy him twice, and then mangle him, and then just.
At this point, he was just looking at his lance and going like, yeah, kill him. Got it.
Hopefully, it's just him and not anything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm most worried about. Because
that would be no fun.
I don't want to. I imagine a fortress. I don't know about you guys. I'm thinking about the worst. I imagine a fortress, fucking people at every step.
We're in a very good place if it's a forest in the woods.
Yes.
We are.
Well,
that is true.
Okay, do we have any idea where he is?
Forests.
Yes, we do. The last X on the map, the unexplored one, which is the one in the northwest. That is
in the meatpacking district.
A place I'm sure you would love, Dio.
Ha 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 ha. Part of the character. I feel the need to constantly remind our viewers that my character is an asshole. I mean, I'm also an asshole, but that's separate from the character.
Different ways.
Exactly. If you see me say something in character that's completely assholeish, that's the character. Not being douchey to my hosts or to my teammates. Exactly. So, what's the plan? Do we have a plan? Other than kill him a lot?
Other than kill him a lot, basically we have to go by undetected so that maybe he's cocky enough to just say, he probably is cocky enough to just say, come at me. And, just face us head on, but I don't know. What if he has the incentive to just fuck off,
Here's the thing. You just destroyed basically everything that he had. I'm assuming he's gonna see you coming. I don't think he's gonna sit there going like, I think they just got bored, they're going home now, right? So...
That is true, but he doesn't know when we're coming.
Exactly. So, what about a suggestion? I think we need some sort of reconnaissance? I suck at foreign words, at them foreign words.
Yes, I think that is the word you were looking for.
Good. That's what I meant. I knew that. Anyways, we need to know what his base looks like, and if we can find multiple ways in, here's my suggestion. Myself, and if anyone else wants to join me, goes straight to the front door. And I will be a big fat distraction. And you guys go around and stab him in the asshole. Does that sound good?
Anywhere but the asshole sounds good.
Everywhere
Sure.
sounds good. Everywhere.
The earlobe. Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds okay.
I'm not much for sneaking, and we need to make a little party. We need to bring the party to him.
Yeah. I like this plan.
Especially because you're not the one being the decoy.
No, I'll go with you. I'll be your backup.
All right.
Yeah, but...
So should I go ahead and maybe scout, so we don't blindly walk around his base while you sit there taking shots?
When was the last time we talked to what's his face, our noble, so to speak?
Jason.
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 Jason. When was the last time we talked to Jason?
Quite a while ago.
At this point, my character starts shouting, "Jason!"
Does he say Derulo after?
Probably not. I don't think my character would even know who Jason Derulo is.
Probably wouldn't.
We need Jason.
Albatross would probably come in with that adagio, just...
We need to find Jason. I'm gonna ask him a favor. Or
Okay,
some help.
let's just... I don't know. I don't know how his things work either. Like, to this day, I do not know. Do we have to just randomly walk through hallways around the street and he'll just be like staring at a painting or some street art or something? Like, hey, Jason!
Jason!
Pretty much.
My character is looking around. Is Jason gonna show up, or is it better?
That's not how you summon Jason.
Is there an option to
Was
look
an
at the
attempt.
phone while you yell Jason?
Okay, my
I-
character just basically walks off and assumes you're gonna follow him. If you don't, that's up to you. He just walks off and assumes you're gonna follow.
My character, before following, curiously opens like a random door to see if Jason's gonna be behind it. And then moves on.
You open a random door. There are a bunch of Order of Magi adepts. They are all dead. They look
Okay.
like they have been exploded from the inside.
Guys, maybe we shouldn't dwell on this, and it's none of our business, but I think Dio would kind of like this, so you wanna come take a look?
What the shit? I kind of like a lot of dead bodies. What do you assume I am?
A sadist and an asshole.
Are you saying
Yeah, dead bodies.
does this mean you are not interested in this?
I like making dead bodies. No, I don't have any further use after they're dead. Like that's where the fun ends.
Yeah, but don't
Alright.
you appreciate someone else's doing of something you
I
love?
suppose. Are they particularly crafty? Let's see. Yes, my character goes to that. See what the fuck is going on. Sorry.
Yeah, so these are adepts from the Order of Magic that it looks as almost all of the blood in their body exploded outwards. Like there was massive force from almost all of their veins that just sort of went. It's
Are there
really,
pores
really
just,
gross.
Do we know
the-
it was like magic that was used to kill them, or if it was?
I mean,
it had to be. Yeah,
like,
basically.
No, it was spontaneous blood combustion.
well,
happens
that
all
does
the
happen
time.
sometimes.
I mean,
But it's actually a Canadian disease.
wow.
No.
Wouldn't it be
Rejecting
the opposite because we're always like freezing? So
Okay.
it melts and then it
I
bursts.
say we keep this in mind. Close the door, keep this in mind, but just stay focused on the goal.
No, I think our plan
Nothing
just changed
happened.
drastically. Has anyone seen Julian?
No, not since we went to sleep last night.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there's
Why-
Julian
why
missing.
aren't
There's
we
a lot
dead?
of dead bodies.
Ooh. Why aren't we dead then?
Good question. I'm not complaining though.
Because we're
No.
stronger and we're better,
Because
obviously.
you're the player
think-
characters, come on.
Silver lining.
Plot armor.
Armor boys.
I'm surprised this session
He-
didn't start with you're all dead. But yes.
That would be
You know what
the
happened?
starting.
I know what
Short
happened.
session.
The room we were in was obviously magically protected, and every other room in the whole place wasn't.
Right.
Okay, I know that you're actually joking, but there's actually two basic possibilities here, very real ones, right?
hmm
Either Julian is a traitor and is now basically harnessing a hell of a lot of power, and
Yes.
even the other fuckface whose name I don't remember doesn't even know what's coming because Julian's just gonna jump on him and take everything over. Or the other guy jumped everybody while they were sleeping, and now Julian is dead and bleeding somewhere, or with no essence. So one of those definitely happened for my money.
I am hinging on the first one because when we were on the fringe on whether or not to give Elijah the fucking marbles, we were about to walk into the order manor, and he was like, "You do not want him here, believe me."
There was also
Okay.
the incident with the twin cop guy, Madoodle thing.
Yes, yes. Oh, okay.
Fill me in.
Okay, so basically, in the subway, we had the fight. We stripped his factory clean. We killed those guys. Yeah.
Continue.
And when we were making our way out, we saw a cop with Julian's face, like exact replica twin.
And it wasn't Julian.
When I asked him about it, he said that there are ways to do that, to just transmute yourself in someone else's body.
So either he was lying, which is perfectly possible, people do lie, or Julian has not been Julian for a long time.
Y'all have
Has
some great
anyone-
ideas.
Has anyone seen Mortimer?
No, never.
That's a good idea. Too.
Fuck me.
Not that we know of, at least.
My character is now going deeply exasperated, like, holy shit, this just got a lot worse than I expected.
Maybe
We
we,
need to
should
go
look
talk to
around
Jason.
and see if anyone is here that is alive.
How many doors are in the place, Cret? Like, is it like a billion doors or are they limited
Is it like
amount of doors?
Hogwarts, or is it like an office
Yeah.
building?
It's a pretty expansive building. I mean, it's not like limitless, an endless array of rooms after rooms, but it's a pretty big building.
Okay, so it probably take quite a while to go through it.
20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean,
we need-
assuming you're not doing it with a fine-tooth comb and you're just
No,
like going
just-
like, anyone in here? Nope.
any dead bodies in here, basically.
Yeah.
Is
I
a
can
dead
basically-
Julian hanging around?
I can basically, like, I think if you guys stick to me, we can just walk the hallways and I can use my heightened senses to just listen in on every door.
I mean, I have another great idea. Me and Dio could just light like all the rooms on fire and see if anyone screams. And if no one screams, there's probably no one in there who's alive.
Solid idea.
Can I use any of my like architectural knowledge to guide us through this?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can. You probably have actually memorized the floor plan of the building.
Yeah, because I know I have like 4 or 5 points in that.
Mhm.
Of just an obnoxious amount.
Yeah, so
Alright.
you can make the search more efficient and sort of, you know, like guide everyone to just minimize the amount of time that takes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Let's do that.
Alright.
yeah.
We need to see what the fuck happened here.
All right, so
I'll like whip out some paper and just draw everything and.
yeah,
so
and you
it's
start
just-
sending people around. The doorman is dead. There's a room off the side that is sort of like an acolyte dormitory. They're all dead. None of them dead in their beds. They've all gotten out of their beds and like started doing stuff and then dropped dead. Like
Are there any defensive wounds? Like, this isn't detective work. Like, do they look like they were fighting, or they just?
well, there aren't defensive wounds because they all died of and like
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah, right.
but like
If
they're
can
all
you
like
roll
moving.
defensive wounds?
They're like no one is just like no one was caught unaware. They all look like they sort of knew what was happening to some extent. Like they were doing something. No one is just like dead in bed or anything like that.
Yeah, they weren't taking a piss and then suddenly exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No one is dying in. No one is dead at rest, like in a chair or in a bed or whatever. So the dormitory is dead people. The place where you were staying, inside it was just you. The guard. There's no guard outside or anyone like that. The lab room where the Chaot prisoners were. The guards there were dead. The prisoners' bodies are still where they were. They're very dead, but not of the same thing. And you check a few other rooms, like the armory and the library, and you stop outside of Julian's quarters. I assume you stop outside of Julian's quarters.
Okay. Do
Because
we
it'd
feel
probably
anything?
be like Julian's quarters, and you'd be like, I should get everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Ollie, can you sense anything?
I'm channeling it. Yeah, I'm pretty much. I'm gonna approach the door slowly,
Sure.
stealthily, and put my ear up against it. Do I
You
hear
don't.
anything? Do I
You don't
sense
hear
anything?
talking. You don't hear footsteps. You,
Breathing.
Yeah, you don't hear. You don't hear living.
Okay, I slowly open the door, and I take a step back.
Ah, shit. Yes.
You slowly open the door, you take a step back, and inside the room is Julian's mangled corpse. He is lying face down in a magic circle, like he collapsed over it. And the magic circle is like made out of like salt and like it is very expensive ingredients.
Shit, guys. This is going to hell really, really fast.
Either way, I'm glad I left those marbles with Elijah. Let's see the silver lining here. I'm just saying.
That's assuming that Elijah is either a good guy and not dead by now. Okay,
I mean,
okay.
for all we know, Elijah's
We need.
born.
I'm going to gently approach the circle to make sure I don't suddenly get exploded or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna touch Julian, like in the neck, to make sure that he is dead.
Oh, he is dead as shit.
Oh, dead as shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Does he even
Bad.
have a neck anymore?
It sort of is like popped.
Okay. So he's basically like all the other bodies.
Yeah. No, yeah, but like worse because like with
Okay.
much more force.
Okay.
Rem, can you like focus on the body or the circle and tell us anything about it? Rem?
Remy's now also dead.
No, I'm not dead yet.
Sorry.
Sorry, my mom was talking to me, so I muted my mic and
Okay.
the background noise. Could you repeat that?
Could you possibly, you think your focus would be useful here to just like try to figure out something about his body or the
It should be,
Circle.
definitely. I mean, it's a different... Yeah, I can like look at his body, but well, what do I draw from it, Krat?
So you're gonna use your hyperfocus and look at the body.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you, what does it look like when you use your hyperfocus? Like, what does your character do?
He just has like he analyzes kind of everything that could have happened or possibly could have happened.
So you
To the
sort of
body.
like how does he turn it on though? What's the like action that he takes? How does he do that?
He kind of sits down, or he
Okay.
like sits down. He kind of like crosses his hands and just he closes his eyes after like taking a mental picture of the situation, you know?
Okay, so you sit down, you cross your hands, you look at the situation, you close your eyes, and you go into the hyperfocus, and every nerve in your body feels electrified. You're in intense pain. You take a surface wound, and you're temporarily incapacitated.
My body being frail as like a bond is not gonna.
Oh, it's gonna make it worse.
Uh,
Your
Good thing you
upper
remember
body sort of leans back, and your skin breaks, and blood sort of starts to flow upwards.
I also have a bond that like I don't get distracted when focused, but is it too bad to the point where it's like
Your body just exploded.
Your body is exploding. You're not focusing on much right now.
Kinda bad.
You
No, I'm
actually
not
might
dead.
be able to shut out the pain, so you can pay attention to this. Yeah, you don't go unconscious, and you're able to focus on something to the point where you're not paying attention to how much it hurts. So you are able
Okay.
to like you're aware.
can I give out like any useful information before exploding?
No, you don't have any time to analyze what happened with Julian. So the blood sort of mists out of your body and rises and forms a face in the air, sort of like the silhouette of a face.
Mhm.
And it speaks to you. It says, "I was content to let you foolish mortals play with my powers. But
Wait,
you
is it
have
just
gone
talking
too
to
far."
Rem or to all of us?
It's talking to all of you.
Whoa, so he's like the source of all our magic? Or
No, it's Mortimer. Hello, Mortimer.
Dio.
Nice to finally hear you. It really
I
I'm
just
like-
want you to know that before this is over, I will be pissing on your skull. Hi. Nice to meet you.
He looks at you, and you can you know when you're in a room that's too quiet, right?
Yeah.
And like it feels weird. It sort of feels like there's this pressure on your ears, right?
Yeah.
It's like that because all of your magic is drained out of you completely.
Yeah. We gotta get out of here.
And then the
Okay.
same feeling goes through each of you, and you're completely drained of magic.
Still physical. I'm gonna pick up Rem.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
And-
incapacitated? Like for a while now, or are we just...
You're able to maintain your consciousness. He realizes that you're sort of still channeling, and he, like, the same feeling comes over you. All of your ability to use magic is completely drained from your body, which results in him not killing you because there's no magic in you, which is what he was manipulating.
Yeah.
But you also no longer have the ability to use magic.
Okay, but my architectural like engineering is still going to be
That's
useful
right.
because just I won't be able to hyper focus or.
No, you're just a person that has a lot of knowledge, basically.
You're just an architect now.
I'm just an architect, man.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's fuck off right now.
Before we leave, I'm
Yeah.
gonna. Mortimer is still there, right?
No. When he drains the magic out of Rem, his image dissipates.
Okay. I want a big one. Start carrying Rem outside.
Okay.
Rem. I'm guessing Rem is he still conscious?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So
Probably no. Probably the moment he stopped focusing, he just passed out from pain.
Well, whatever. We know
Okay.
the way we came, I guess. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be super confusing.
I mean, you're not complete idiots.
Yeah, we're not retarded without our magic powers.
I mean,
You're just like, no. What do I light on fire now? I have to use a lighter. This sucks.
but we still have our artifacts, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, carry him outside. Are we out? Do we make it outside? No problem.
Yeah, you walk outside. Everyone's dead, so you're not too worried about.
No, I could be something. I don't know.
Yeah, no. You step on a trap and die.
Rocks fall, everybody dies, and the Lady of Pain comes out of nowhere. Anyway,
You
Tripwire.
see the floor is wet, and then the ceiling collapses on top of you.
Very
Exactly.
good. That's a good one. I'm remembering that one.
or here we go. When we finally finish, we beat the final boss, and then we have a heart attack and die.
Yeah.
No, what happens? We take a book out of L.A. Noir, and we choke on a water bottle.
Uh huh.
We just down a water bottle, and that's the game.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
you leave the building. Where are you going? What are you doing?
We gotta get the fuck back to Jason. He's the only one that can match Mortimer, and I'm fairly certain he's not Mortimer. I think. I
Wow, that
fucking
would
hope.
be a coincidence.
Yeah. I'm guessing I call Elijah.
Sure. He rounds the corner in his. He's got like a stretch Mustang.
All right.
I'll be right back.
It's like a Mustang convertible, except the row of back seats. There's just like a second row of back seats. It's a very strange car, and
Sounds ugly.
it does have a rocket engine on the back of it.
No.
Team representing that he went to Quebec.
If there's not peace in Quebec, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, man. I'll be fucking pissed.
But yeah, Elijah rolls up in his Mustang. The top is
Okay.
down, and he motions for you to get inside.
We hop, and I like.
Carefully throw Rem in the back seat, like sort of absent-mindedly, like not being a douche, just sort of. There you go.
Elijah just looks back. He's like, "You okay?"
Yeah, perfect.
Rough night.
Give me the address of the nightclub.
Yeah. No, I got you. I know how to get there.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
like as probably Albatross is like stepping into the car, the moment his foot is off the pavement, Elijah just guns it. Just like brrr! And like the door
door's
slams
actually-
shut and you like fall into the seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Someone's
faster the
obviously-
better. Hit it.
Yeah, he is screaming through the streets of New York City, and you're not that far away from Chinatown, but he's just going through. He's probably going like 80, and he's driving as if the road that he's on and all the cars are just static, and nobody else realizes that he's there. Like he's not that time has stopped, but no one will respond to him or move out of his way, so he is free to just curve through the traffic, and as long as he doesn't fuck up, nobody's gonna get hit.
So like,
So it's magic too.
like the night bus in Harry Potter.
Yeah, a little bit. And he, as he turns the corner onto the street that Le Baron is on, he like does like he hits the brakes and does like a power
180?
slide. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does like a honestly more like a 360 power slide like into a parallel parking spot.
Sure.
like he's just showing off, honestly.
Yeah.
But he stops the car and says, "Here you are."
Okay. I'm just gonna throw like 2 20 bills at him and walk off.
Yeah, he's like punching at his broken fare meter. And he's just like, "Thanks."
Right. And like halfway out, I turn back in like before he leaves or anything. What did we leave with him?
What?
The marbles.
The marbles.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask him about that. Yeah, I couldn't really because
Yeah.
I was too busy not puking.
Go
Um,
ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, he's already like the moment everyone's out of the car, he's just screeching out of the parking space. You do see a Quebec license plate on the back of the car.
Yes.
Well, okay. Sorry. Out of character. What's the Quebec story that I don't?
He is
When we-
He just
using
wants to say
his
Quebec.
rocket car to bring an era of peace and prosperity to Quebec.
That's what he said when I was like,
Oh.
if I give you the marbles, what are you gonna do with them?
It's actually from the Noblest book.
Yes,
It's
this isn't the first time we've brought up Quebec.
no, it's a persona difficult or a persona. No, sorry, it's a treasure miracle. It is a difficulty 6 miracle to declare that an ordinary or wondrous anchor uses his powers or abilities to create a positive or definite outcome. That your sword wins the fight for you, that your servant set a group of troubled teens on the right track, that you, with your rocket car, bring a new era of peace and prosperity to Quebec. And that's what he's doing.
So oddly
Okay.
specific.
Well, it's
Very
going to take him a while.
Okay. Sorry. Continuing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm assuming someone's carrying Rem. Is it me? Is it them?
it's probably.
Or is he walking? Okay.
Yeah, he's still
Uh,
unconscious.
Okay. So I have him like over the shoulder, ogre
Uh-huh.
style. Basically, burst into the nightclub, try to find Jason.
Yeah, he is sitting at his table, playing a game of cards with like one of the like waitress girls, and she just looks very unhappy as she's losing all of her money.
That would be him, yes.
Jason just looks up at you and goes, "Oh, sit down, sit down."
I'm motioning him to the back door, to the one back door that goes into his happy place, whatever the fuck.
I'm winking at the
is
waitress.
he okay? And you just sort of like walk towards the back
Yeah.
door, and he just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
follows you, and he's like, and you open the door. There's once again that horrible gust of wind, and you find yourselves on the street of Paris.
Shit just got too real. Julian's dead. Mortimer has either been Julian all along or he killed him last night. We don't know what the fuck.
To him. He's definitely
Yeah.
dead though.
Yeah, Julian is dead. Very dead. All the dead, really.
And so are all his friends.
Yeah, so which means Mortimer has a lot of power. We're gonna need some help here.
Okay, I just came back. Sorry, I had to transport some stuff.
Don't
Am
worry,
I like
you were
back?
unconscious anyway.
That's okay, you're unconscious.
I'm back to normal, right? I'm not in.
No, you're still unconscious. Probably as like Dio is saying stuff, Jason is like not paying attention and just like grabs Rem, puts him on the pavement, and then like looks at him and starts doing like chiropractic. and then like he like rubs his fingers together really quickly, and you see like little sparks from the friction, and then he just drags his finger along the lines where Rem is cut and like cauterizes the wounds with the heat from his finger.
That's one way to do it.
I still have no
And then
magic,
just slaps you across
right?
the face and you wake up.
I still have no magic, correct?
You have no magic. But you have
Yeah,
these
none of
sweet
us have any
scars
magic.
that chicks are totally gonna dig.
Sweet, dude.
Oh, but
Does
it's
that
not
mean that
more-
Albatross is jealous? Yeah.
He's a little jealous.
Like, damn, I wish I had my cat ears again.
I totally
Jason just
imagine
looks at you and
Albatross.
he's like, I can't do that, but... And then he just, like, pokes you in the face with his still very hot finger, and you get, like, a burn scar that looks really cool.
Wow.
Damn.
You
would
take a
totally
surface
met-
wound as well, but it
Oh,
doesn't...
God.
Yeah, no, you take a surface wound.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
Yeah,
I already have one. I'm just gonna switch it to that from last time.
Well,
I
you
would
can
actually
play which
imagine
one.
Albatross just looking at his finger going like... Mm, mm, Anyways, Jason, we have no magical powers. Whatever the fuck that cunt did, we have no powers. We can't fight him without our powers.
Yeah, you can.
You can't.
Well,
Angle.
we can, in the same way that a fly can fly with a meat grinder.
No,
Fly
that
with
was
a meat
already...
grinder.
He's a noble. Y'all were fucked. Y'all are still fucked. And
Yeah,
let me
we're
explain
fucked
this
her.
to you. Let me explain this to you. See, now he's a different kind of noble from me. He does persona, and that means that every time you cast a spell, Mortimer could be that spell if you wanted to. He could do that. So
If
y'all
he
were-
wanted to?
yeah. Yeah. Now, see, I'm not that kind of noble. I do something different. He just sort of like looks at a building, and then like where you see him just sort of vibrates really quick, like something goes wrong with your vision, almost like you cross your eyes and uncross them, and then the building just is leveled. It's like, now I'm a different kind of noble. I can do that. Y'all were fucked, but it's okay because you have a spear.
So do cavemen, to be fair.
Yeah, but yours
That
is
didn't
nicer
help.
than that. I mean, come on.
So you tell me he can move on to magic.
He controls all magic.
It's a good thing he can't control us because we don't have magic.
I suppose.
Bring out the big guns.
Do you have any... Do you remember that cop that nullifies magic?
Hmm.
Do you remember how we created the balls of magic thing, the marbles?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way you could procure an anti-magic ball?
Not one that would work on Mortimer. No. Because even if he doesn't use magic, he's got miracles.
That's true.
But it's
Can you
okay.
get us a whole lot of explosives?
No.
It'd be a pretty big coincidence if you happen to find a bunch of explosives to give to us.
Could you potentially open a small portal in the back of the police station that leads into the, say, gun vault? Maybe?
I mean, he like looks at you and then he looks at like, I guess it's not really a spear, it's a ring right now, and he looks at your ring and he's like, that's a miraculous weapon you have there.
Right. Let me put things other way. I need something to distract him. It doesn't need to melt his face off. I need something to keep his attention on me. Or on someone else.
Call him a fucking idiot.
He did look like he had a big ego. I mean, he did say you
Okay.
were gonna piss on his skull, but
See? See? You're already making friends. Now,
I have a way with things. Yeah. Which means you can't find... You couldn't possibly provide any way for them, and I point in their general direction, to be invisible to Mortimer, could you?
I mean, if he was looking for magic users, You would be invisible.
This
He
is
would detect the
slowly
marbles,
dawning
wouldn't
on
he?
us.
No, they're not magical.
Could he in any way alter, like, handle the marbles, or would they work on him?
The marbles. Yeah, he would detect the marbles. Yes. Yeah, they're magical.
Okay, so if I like threw a marble at him, that wouldn't do fuck all.
No, he could just.
Okay, I'll need the marbles for my distraction then. I'm talking to them at this point.
Okay, you've got Elijah's number. Hopefully
Yeah.
he didn't use them all for his rocket car.
Anyone has any plan other than me basically suiciding into the front door while you guys try to make it alive?
I
So-
suicide with you to the front door.
Can we go over what we need to do to kill him again? We need like 2 death blows, right? And then a serious wound after that. How does it work again?
And
I
it's-
know it's a process.
And
Okay. Basically, you kill him a lot.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, you kill him twice, you serious wound him once, and you minor wound him twice. Right?
You just kill him a lot. That's basically it. Like, you kill him until he's dead.
Yeah, you kill him a lot. Yeah.
But if you do it wrong, you have to kill him a lot again.
Yeah.
I was thinking of dropping his house on him, but we don't have C4.
That would only be once. We would need to drop his house twice.
Well, that would be something, though. That would be one way to get out of it.
Is there any way we can go back to that the first place originally where it was like some alternate world, not get anything magical though, but have him make something for us that
Henry's on
I think-
vacation. He doesn't want to be bothered right now.
Henry's
I
on
think
vacation.
we can do this though. Like, if Dio is willing, see, the thing about him providing a distraction is that at least we have some predictability, or maybe we don't have any at all about where Mortimer is going to be. Right? He doesn't have any more acolytes because
need
he
to
doesn't
draw him
have any
out,
more
okay.
marbles. He is gonna know that if there's only Dio there, most of us are gonna be in the shadows just waiting to strike. Unless Dio gets him mad enough.
Well, I'm good at that. I'm really good at that.
Jason
I'd rather
just sort
be-
of like looks up for a second and was like, "Wait, what happened with Julian again?"
He exploded internally, apparently.
And did his acolytes?
All of them, yep.
And they're all dead.
As far as we know.
How many
Possible.
were there?
A lot.
Like,
More than 2. I don't know, I'm looking...
1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100 probably, give or take.
Which of us has good perception?
that's me.
Okay, do you think you could have counted how many, like, or maintained in memory more or less how many there were?
I mean, considering the size of the quarters and how many acolytes were in the first room and the second one, I'd say about 150.
I think it'd be better if I was the distraction instead of Dio, because Dio is inherently like strong, where I'm inherently like weak. So maybe I wouldn't be able to distract him for long, but
Yeah, that's the problem with the distraction. He needs to keep him distracted, not just be run over.
Jason was
And-
like calling someone on his cell phone, by the way.
While Jason is talking, I'm still rambling on, like, yeah, I still think we should get some C4. C4 does a lot of damage.
He like just throws his cell phone and then pulls out another one and calls someone else.
I'm assuming he's doing something. Anyone else assuming he's doing something? Like, relevant?
And
Probably.
then Jason throws his second cell phone and goes, "Alright. Y'all need to go because Mortimer is casting the miracle of chancel creation. So you need to go stop that, and I have a date in Tokyo, and I'll see you later." And he just leaves.
Thanks. Well, call Okay, I'm gonna just walk off. Call Elijah. Tell him to bring the marbles when he meets us, or whatever, near the front.
Yeah, Elijah pulls up next to you in his rocket car on the streets of Paris.
You know, guys, the thing that bothers me the most is that we never got to find out about that circle that Mortimer was in, but Julian was in, but let's move on.
Yeah. If you want to go find, Captain Useful on his Tokyo date, by all means. I think we got as much as we could out of him.
Yeah,
Admittedly, not much.
Get a move on. The thing is that he did say, I'm just shouting over traffic and rocket car noise at this point at them on our way to Mortimer.
Yeah, I assume we just gave him the address to Mortimer's and told him to drop us, like, far away.
Elijah's, like, revving his engine, and he's just like, woo, let's go, yeah! And you realize that he is drunk.
Okay, don't kill us in a car accident, please. Please.
And
that's the end of the story.
And he just guns it through the streets of Paris, like dodging pedestrians and like driving backwards on one-way streets. And eventually, you realize that you're back in New York City.
Are we back? Are we near Mortimer's?
Yeah, you're driving through Tribeca. Which
Yeah,
is,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
on the way to Mortimer's.
Guys, he
Yeah.
did say that if we were to use our artifacts that we have, we would be undetectable. He said that. He specifically said that. Because
Yeah.
there are some miraculous things.
But I don't think Mortimer is the kind of guy to, after taking away our magic, is just gonna expect us to magically show up with magic. So, my point is, I'm gonna draw him out. You guys, all three of you, need to, while he's focusing on me, try to do something to him. Preferably kill him. A lot, preferably as well. Anyone has any better ideas?
Not at all. I think that's our best plan for now. It's better than just going in guns a-blazing, 1v5.
I think the only problem is you're the person who can kill him the best.
Who are you talking to?
Which is why
Yeah.
you'll believe that I'm the one fighting him. If we're lucky, I might actually survive long enough to be useful in the full fight afterwards.
I guess. Let go.
Look, I don't need you guys to kill him completely. I just need... If we can wound him and slow him down, that might give us a better chance. If we get the initiative and do some damage before he can fight us fairly as, a semi-god or demigod is against 4 people with no magical powers, but whatever, that might be enough to slow him down to give us a fighting chance.
Okay. Alright.
Alright,
I think
you
I have...
the rocket
Okay.
car pulls up outside of a building. It's actually a hotel. It's a very large hotel, with like brick sides and a massive atrium in the center, a massive open atrium. The air feels strange and sickly, and Elijah is no longer drunk, and he's just nervously tapping on the wheel of his car.
Alright, we get out, and...
Wait, Elijah, I'm gonna need those marbles.
How many?
How many you got?
I got a lot, but I can't give them all to you because I gotta save Quebec.
How many you've
Okay.
got left?
I need at least a few strong ones. I need some fireworks.
Quarter of a
I
jar?
got you.
Half a jar.
I got you with the fireworks, and he just sort of like reaches into his pocket and pulls out 3 marbles and hands them to you now. And he looks at you dead in the eyes and says, "These were people. Don't waste them."
Well.
And hands them to you.
Can't think of a better use for them. Godspeed, you crazy, crazy driver. Take
And
care.
He like Batmobile style, like has the brakes on and fires up the rocket, and like the back the back of his car begins to fishtail, and then he releases the brake and just heads straight north to Quebec.
Back to Quebec to bring a time of peace and prosperity.
That's right. In his
Well,
wondrous rock.
okay, looking around the place, do you have a picture for the place? Just out of curiosity.
When you're inside, not
Okay.
when you're outside.
And it looks just like a normal hotel, and this is the place where Mortimer is.
It's a hotel that is essentially constructed from like 4 pillars of brick, and between each pillar is sort of glass paneling that, from the outside, is reflecting sunlight, and you can't really see inside that well.
Okay. Are there any buildings roughly the same height of it?
No, it is the tallest building nearby.
What's the surrounding area look like?
There's some low rises. Yeah, it's just sort of surrounded by low rises. It's sort of isolated on its own block. There's a park that's like 2 blocks down, and there's a big, like, one of those really confusing intersections that goes multiple ways in front of the building.
Alright, well, my character just sort of like extends her hands and just goes, "Here goes nothing," and tries to channel whatever is in her braces, whatever magic is in her braces, or whatever miraculous power to just make some birds and send them flying really quickly around the building, like some sparrows, something quick that'll just...
Okay,
I'll
that
make
would
that a level
cost
5.
1 point of will.
I see the gist now. Yeah, sure, I'll spend a point of will to just pinpoint him.
Alright, the sparrows
Hopefully.
come out of your bracers. They just sort of like crawl out of the surface of the bracer and like sit on top of them and look left and right, chirp at each other a little bit, and then sort of like coil their legs and jump, and they just go rocketing off and start like flying around the building, looking inside. And you sort of know that they see Mortimer is in the center of this atrium, and he is surrounded by bodies.
Holy shit, guys, we gotta get up there right now.
Alright, I'm gonna go in. You guys stay hidden as best as you can. Try to, like, backup plan, we all go gung-ho, assault the fortress style, but if you can stay hidden long enough for him not to detect you, give me a few minutes and then go in.
Alright. Gotcha.
I'm gonna pull out my spear on one hand,
You pull out your spear.
and a couple of marbles on the other one.
Yeah, you've got him between your fingers.
Go in.
Alright, how do you go in? Like, the front door is glass. It's, there's one of those, like, rotator doors, and then there's 2 glass doors on either side. Where you're just, like, busting through the glass?
Yeah, I'm just busting through the glass.
Are you busting
mother-
through the glass, or are you, like, slamming open the door?
I'm basically spearing through the glass first,
That's fucking
So
awesome, alright.
so I don't actually put my hands on the glass,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna guess there's gonna be some ward or some shit like that.
Yeah, alright, you just slam your, are you exerting will to do this? Or are you just,
No,
like,
just-
using the fact that it's a spear to break the glass?
Yeah, just break through the glass.
Alright, you just stab the glass with your spear, and it shatters, and you step through the opening using your using your spear as, like, leverage as you step through. We're gonna go to a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes to see what the fuck happens. Stay tuned.